Hello, welcome, Kavich here. In War of the Visions JP, let's look at the half anniversary stuff. We can look at events and hatchers and the shop. First, we'll look at events. So let's see. Here we have the revival of the Golden Axe and Sleep Sword event. I didn't make the Sleep Sword before, and I don't know if I'm going to do it now. I'm pretty happy with my Nagnarok magic and like the Metal Slayer and stuff, so I'll probably skip this one. But there's also the revival of the Sage's Hat mission, and this one I might do. I have a couple of the +2s from before, but I never really ended up using more than one. So I might fuse them all together and try to make a +5. And actually, it looks like I haven't gotten all the missions for this higher difficulty one. It should be pretty easy to do this time, so I'll get on that. And then we have this new type of mission. It's like a points mission. And we got Ramada explaining it to me. Maybe I'll talk about this in a future video. But you can get the ribbon, so that would be cool. Okay, next, let's look at the shop. Oh, I should mention that I did shave my mustache. Two big reasons. One, it was just really hot, like inside of my mask. It's going to be awful in summer wearing a mask anyway, but with a mustache, it'll be even worse, so I got rid of it. Also, I'm going to take a new photo for my foreigner's identification card, and I don't want a mustache in there, so I got rid of it. If you liked it and you were cheering me on, thank you, but maybe another day I'll give it a try. But anyway, in the half anniversary shop, we have kind of select tickets for the first time, if you're familiar with a Brave Exvius. But this one, 2,000 paid lapis, you get a unit. You get a unit select ticket, and then some cubes to level them up. And then here is a vision card one, and then you get some growth eggs to level up those vision cards. I am going to pick up the vision card one because now maybe I can finally get Tetra Sylphid and then use her for the evade and then the extra damage on Lucia. The unit one, I don't know if I'll pick this one up because actually I'm pretty happy with the units that I have and also the levels that they're at. I could use it to like speed up, you know, Engelbert or Federica, get them to max, but I'm not in any hurry. I'm okay just playing the hard quests every day and leveling them little by little. But I might just end up picking it up anyway just to keep it for a rainy day, like the Final Fantasy I raid where I needed to like level up Rob in a hurry. That might be a situation where that could come in handy. Okay, and then here is Christmas Mashiri, and I'm thinking I'm definitely going to get her to Limit Break 4. She just has Limit Break 3, so it'll cost about 8,000 Vision Ore in order to get her to Limit Break 4. And I'm still debating if I want to take her to Limit Break 5. That would be another 10,000 Vision Ore. Of course I want to max her, you know, and get the max stats and get her Trust Master and like, you know, future-proof her and stuff. But there is the cost to think about. And then also if I take Christmas Mashiri to 99, I'll look at my 89 Agrias and think, like, why didn't I also make her 99? But maybe the decision that will push me over the edge is that if we look at the Vision Ore shop, we see the return of these orange options, which is basically double the Vision Ore for the price that you pay. And the last time this appeared was New Year's, so it's been a very long time. So if I think about it, you know, maybe the price that I would usually pay to bring Mashiri up to Limit Break 4 would bring her to Limit Break 5 this time, so that might motivate me to want to max her then. And then the next time the tactics comes around, I can max Agrias then, so that might be how I go about it. But Christmas Ramada is coming next week, and I would like her as well, and to get her to Limit Break 4 from where she is now, that would be about 12,000 Vision Ore. So I could do either Mashiri and Ramada to Limit Break 4, or I could do Mashiri all the way to Limit Break 5 for like a similar price. But I haven't pulled Christmas Ramada yet, so that's kind of an X factor. So I think I'm deciding now I'm just going to concentrate on Mashiri, get her to Limit Break 5. I just like Dragoons that much that, yeah, that's very attractive to me. One thing though, one question mark though, is that I don't know if Christmas Mashiri's shards are going to keep appearing even after her hatcher goes away in a week. So I may have to pick up the pace during this week. But just to drive the point home again about how the meta in this game is different from other games, even though Christmas Mashiri and Ramada are old characters, they're not obsolete or power-crept or whatever term you want to use. As an example, Christmas Mashiri, she is a Fire Element Dragoon, and so she gets the elemental advantage on ice units. And then one ice unit that is everywhere right now is Agrias. And so yeah, Christmas Mashiri will get the advantage on her. In addition to that, Agrias is weak to pierce damage, so she'll take extra damage from Christmas Mashiri. And then Ramada, she is water element, so she'll get advantages on fire units. There's a lot of like rain and Delita running around, so yeah. I've also said this before, but anytime a new unit comes out, check what they're weak against, and then think about which old characters would be strong against them. And then you get a sense of how the meta is like a spotlight, you know, shining on different units like in rotation, so keeps things fresh, keeps those old units fresh as well. That being said, let's look at the hatchers. And the first one here, this is the new version of Stern, Super Stern, I guess we'll call him. And then I'm a little sad about him because he has some similar abilities to the regular Stern, and he's also Dark Element, that same thing. But there's one interesting thing. The cost for a Super Stern is 100, if we see that here. So that means that he is the same cost as Gilgamesh and Thancred. And so if you look at his shards in the shop, they actually cost the same as Gilgamesh. So he's kind of like a premium character, same as Gilgamesh. And so really this Super Stern will be kind of more geared towards whales, while the regular Stern is still viable and geared towards everybody else. I'm still really happy with my regular Stern, so I'll hang on to him. And then he actually gets a bonus for that point quest that I showed you earlier, so he'll be useful right away here. And then, let's see, here is a step up. 3 steps for the 2,000 paid per step. In all, you will get 7 URs. This is a pretty crazy deal, but actually I'm going to skip it because again, I have my units at a place where I'm pretty happy with them. I guess really at this point I would just be hoping for another drop of Engelbert or Federica just to get them faster towards 99. But again, no rush. And then more than pulling new units and leveling them up, I really need to focus on learning the characters that I have at 99. I don't feel like I've mastered most of them, so I would like to spend more time using them instead. And then again, I could hope for like my first get of Tetrasilphid, but I can just use the select ticket that I just bought and do it that way. But yeah, these types of mobile games, you know, they have different phases that you go through, different plateaus that you climb. And it's important to recognize like when you hit those different phases and then kind of adjust the way that you play and also pull the hatcher. Like when you first start out in these games, you know, you're playing very hard, you're pulling the hatcher a lot because you're trying to, you know, get a team together, pull some guys, level them up, and then collect the equipment and stuff. But at a certain point, you get to where like you have 90% of the characters that you need, and they're at 90% of the levels that you need them at, and you have 90% of the equipment that you have. And so at that point, you can kind of scale back and like play less and pull less. And that's where I'm at right now, which is why I'm skipping that crazy step up, which will give you 7 URs. But some players, you know, they can't adjust when they hit that plateau, and so they'll continue farming at that crazy rate for like, you know, smaller and smaller gains, or they'll keep pulling at the same rate as before, and like, you know, they'll max everybody, and like there's no reason to do that. Or they reach that plateau and they recognize it, but they can't adjust their thinking to that new pace of play, which is kind of more relaxed, and like you're waiting for events to come to you rather than just going for all of the events. and so they get bored, you know, and they quit. So yeah, if you can work hard until you get to a plateau where you're comfortable, and then scale it back, then that's kind of a healthy way, I think, to play this type of a game. Alright, and then heading back to the hatcher, we have the pickup units for this week, Gilgamesh and Sasayaki. I think this is maybe the first time that they've both been featured since they have debuted. So yeah, some players might be excited about that. But that does mean more just random shards blocking me from getting Christmas Mashiri, so oh well. Okay, let's end this video. On this, it's a guaranteed UR character in a free 10-shot. This will be good for 7 days. The other 6 I will put into a separate video at some later point. But what am I hoping for? Federica, Engelbert, or Bineta, so I can get them closer to 99. Or Dario, he's an MR that I still don't have yet. Oh, that's a bonus rainbow. Diablos, okay, I don't have him. He is an Esper that raises your dark attack, so I can use it on my Stern, Bineta, all kinds of people. Very, very cool. Oh, that select ticket, I could use it on like Odin. You know, I don't have Odin yet, but I haven't really needed him. I do fine in PvP without it, so I'm definitely going to use it for a Tetrasylphid. Alright, moment of truth. Engelbert, okay, that's perfect. Amazing. I couldn't have asked for better there. Okay, I think that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.